9 young people in Japan, armed with knives, guns, and bombs, hijacked a plane carrying 122 passengers. After tying up the passengers, the 9 stormed into the cockpit, seized the captain, and ordered him to fly the plane to Havana, Cuba. However, they overlooked a crucial issue. This passenger plane was specifically designed for short and medium-haul routes. Neither its fuel reserves nor its design would allow it to cross the Pacific Ocean to Cuba. In fact, it would struggle to make it even halfway across the Pacific. So, after some discussion, they decided to change course and head for Pyongyang, North Korea. But unfortunately, the pilot then informed them that the plane only had enough fuel to reach its original destination, Fukuoka Airport. The hijackers had no choice but to agree to first land at Fukuoka Airport to refuel and then change course to fly to Pyongyang, North Korea. At 9 a.m., the plane slowly landed at Fukuoka Airport. By this time, a large crowd of spectators and media had already gathered at the airport, and the police quickly surrounded the plane, marking the beginning of a tense standoff. After difficult negotiations, the police persuaded the hijackers to release 23 hostages on the condition that the plane be refueled and that a map of the Korean peninsula be provided to the pilots. Once everything was ready, the plane took off again, heading for Pyongyang, North Korea. But as the plane approached the 38th parallel north, the captain received a radio message. "This is Pyongyang. Please identify yourself immediately." At the same time, a fighter jet appeared on the right side of the plane, attempting to intercept and warn the incoming aircraft. Frightened, the captain immediately adjusted the radio frequency and responded, "This is Japan Airlines Flight 351. After that, both the passenger plane and the fighter jet landed at the airport one after another, and as they were about to disembark, they were given a warm welcome. Many soldiers greeted them at the airport, along with cheerleaders holding "Welcome to Pyongyang" signs. The leader of the hijackers felt uneasy because they saw black soldiers stationed nearby at the airport. Unsure of the situation, one hijacker asked the man who met them, "Is this Pyongyang?" They pressed further, asking about North Korea's 5-year plan, and even demanded a portrait of Kim Il-sung. When the hijackers saw the other side couldn't answer, they refused to leave the plane. After hours of negotiations, South Korean authorities finally admitted they were actually at Gimpo Airport in South Korea. The earlier radio messages and fighter jets were all part of a plan to deceive the hijackers. But now, this plan had failed. Over the next 3 days, both sides remained at a stalemate. On the afternoon of April 3rd, 1970, after some negotiations, Japan's Vice Minister of Transport, Shinjiro Yamamura, decided to take the place of the passengers as a hostage. The hijackers released the remaining passengers and 4 flight attendants. Then, at 6:05 p.m., the plane took off again, this time truly crossing the 38th parallel into North Korean airspace. At 7:21 p.m., the plane landed at Mirim Airport in North Korea. After the plane landed, the North Korean side demanded that the hijackers disarm. At this moment, another dramatic scene unfolded. It turned out that all the knives, guns, and bombs used by the hijackers were actually props. Afterwards, all the remaining hostages returned home safely, while the 9 hijackers successfully stayed in North Korea.